いたいた。
Thinking that talking to the boss would be the fastest, and going off of Murakuma's memory of the patrol rotation, we look for the chairwoman and find her in the quad. Momo-senpai appears to be taking a break, seated on a bench, but she sings right up when she sees us running up to her. Also, welcome back to some more Ley-Line. So, we're trying to stop Louis and Adelheid from breaking into the clock tower. We got into kind of a little bit of a confrontation last episode. That was kind of interesting. That we kind of finally started butting heads. Kind of similar to when we first kind of got introduced to them. Some of y'all were pointing out that it was kind of similar, and you wanted to see that continuation of us just kind of getting at it. So we're gonna see if they end up breaking into the clock tower and how that goes.
わかってます。急いで知らせたいことがありまして。
いえ、違います。例の学園長のお客様の件です。
香水の。
Her face goes stiff, probably because she recalled the scene of her disciplinary committee members going down one by one after being sprayed.
あの人たち、まだ何かやらかしちゃってくれてるの？
やらかしかねないから知らせに来たんです。
時計塔への侵入を企てている恐れがあります。
時計
どうもこの学園に対して何らかの疑いを持ってしまっているようなのです。そして入り口の見当たらない時計塔に目をつけている節があります。
とんでもない。ダメです。お客様といえども時計塔に入ろうだなんて。あ、でも侵入も何も入りようがないのでは？
いえ、開いています。
She points at the clock tower. Momo-senpai looks in that direction, puzzled. Her jaw drops the moment her eyes focus on the belfry that houses the bell dangling in the middle of it.
まさか確かに開いてますけれど。
一見入れるように見えるでしょう。
そうか。入れちゃうと思っちゃうかも。でもダメ。もちろんダメ。不法侵入なのもだけど、あの塔を外から登るなんて危険すぎるよ。
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have some way of getting up there more easily than just climbing, per se.
それで警戒した方がいいかと。
I think they're pretty resourceful.
そうだね。
他の風紀委員どこらにいます？俺も今のシフトを完全には覚えてないんです。
じゃあ教えるから知らせてきて。ルートは A の101だから一班とご飯が。
101ですか。ならわかります。
What's that supposed to
巡回
be?
ルートはいくつかのパターンがあるんだ。A の101ならどの班がどう動いてるか覚えてる。
さすが村雲、優秀だ。なんでやめちゃったの？
I think it's pretty cool though that he still remembers.
すいません。
その件は後でお願いします。それで報告は何と？
ごめん。指示はいっぺんに出した方が早いから、一旦風紀委員室に全員集合にしといて。
わかりました。
モモは念のため学園長に報告してくる。それじゃ。
Momo-senpai gallantly dashes off. Did she just fall down? However, she was too hasty and trips over her legs, causing her to fall face first into the ground.
先輩!
How did you trip so quickly?
大丈夫ですか？すごい音しましたけど。
Well, there goes the element of surprise.
立てますか？
Here, grab on. Murakuma and I grab her from either side and help her up. She's a bit unsteady and her body's still shaking from the impact. Should we carry you to the principal's office?
一人で頑張る。
Saying that with tears in her eyes, she walks off unsteadily.
大丈夫かな？
Yeah, she'll be alright, but it's just still confusing why they let a child be the leader of the
心配ですが、
disciplinary committee.
ひとまず風紀委員を集めるのに人手がいりますから。
ああ、そうだな。ルート説明するから手分けしていこうぜ。
After listening to his explanation, we go our separate ways to round up the disciplinary committee members. Oh boy. And then, under the chairwoman Momo Senpai's command, we end up cooperating with them and keeping a lookout on the clock tower. Muko and I hide ourselves in the quad, constantly watching the
そろ
clock
そろ
tower.
夜の授業が終わりか
Momo Senpai whispers that from nearby and we hear the sound of the bell. The signal that classes are over. Shortly afterwards, the sound of night students emptying into the hallways fills our ears. They're not coming.
空振りでしょうか。
The night students have all returned to their dorms and silence has returned. Still no movement from the clock tower.
な。どうしようか。動きなさそうだね。
そうですね。申し訳ありません。
Sorry for dragging you into
そん
this.
なことはないない。
I mean, I wouldn't be at all surprised if they kind of saw this coming, that people were gonna like try to stop them. It just depends on how confident they are. If they think they can get away with it, they probably would be brazen enough to just do it anyways. But at the same time, they might just be faking everybody out and do it a different night. Puts our hands in front of our chest as we bow our heads in shame.
見張られてるのに気づいて侵入を取りやめたのかもしれないしね。
That's kind of what I was thinking, but if you think it, then I don't think that anymore.
それはそうですが。
It'll leave a sour taste in our mouths considering how many disciplinary committee members were involved.
ダメだよ。遠慮はなし。迷惑かけちゃうとか考えて声かけてくれないのはこっちだってミストが出たらお手上げで徳さんの協力が必要なんだから。
はい。
I feel like that's just a matter of everybody doing their jobs. I mean, that's what everyone's supposed to be doing anyways. Doesn't matter. It's not like a personal favor by any means. He forces a smile and nods. Even Muko can't help but honestly accept when Momo Senpai insists.
いつでも協力するからね。小鴨だよ。
Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm in the same boat as Muko. Momo Senpai truly is a great person. No wonder Tsubaki-chan and Murakuma respect her so much.
張り込みはここまでにしようか。そろそろみんなも休まないと。
Yeah. Momo Senpai sends out an order to nearby disciplinary committee members, having them spread the word. Meanwhile, Muko looks around the campus at night and then looks up to the sky, deep in thought. Something on your mind?
いえ
She gives an evasive answer, but I've got a pretty good idea what she's thinking about. There's no way those two are going to sit still. It'll be a competition to see who can read the other's mind. The one who lets their guard down will be beaten to the chase. Things are going to get tense. Okay, so we gotta wait a little bit longer. Lookout day 1. Oh boy, this is gonna be an ongoing thing. The next day, we all continue to lay low and keep a lookout on the clock tower, but it doesn't seem like they're making any movements. We simply watch the moon travel through the still night sky beyond the clock tower. These things always feel like they take an excruciatingly long
何
time.
も変化がありませんからね。
Not often that I see Muko sighing and sounding tired. The only variation we've had was with the night students were still here, and we've had to hold our breaths during the breaks so we wouldn't be found. The night students already went home ages ago. This is how quiet it gets when the place is
だから
deserted.
こそ相手にとっては今の時間が一番行動しやすいはずです。
I know, if they haven't picked up on us keeping watch, then they'll think there's nobody. Just the two of us, the chances of them noticing are slim to none.
すぐ近くには村雲くんたちもいますが。
That's out of our field of view. We made sure that we wouldn't be able to see each other when we
分
hid.
かってます。
So what are you so worried
何が
about?
ですか？
Well, you suddenly brought up
君
Murakuma.
が見張ってるのが私たち2人だけしかいないような言い方をするからです。
It's not like I forgot about them or anything, just that we're alone together
分
and...
かっています。
Ooh, is Koga trying to make a move here? For some reason, she cuts off my sentence with a monotone voice. Come on now, it's too late to be conscious about that.
何がですか？
We talked about this. 3 people would be too big of a group and easy to notice, so we settled for
その
pairs.
通りですが、
So you knew that we'd be alone together from the
そ
start.
れが何です？
I'm saying to not be too, be so concerned about it. Now you're making me feel
気にな
uneasy.
どしていません。
Then explain your weird reaction
そ
earlier.
こだけ強調したのは君の方でしょ。
I'm not hung up on it. You're making it sound like I'm bothered by us being alone together.
声を音
Ah, you shut it first.
叫んでません。大声じゃなかったでしょ。
If anyone were nearby, they definitely would have
君
heard.
こそもっと意識してください。
Oh, aren't you guys cute? That was a weird way of phrasing it.
声の大きさをという意味です。
It's not like I'm completely unaware.
何を言ってるんですか君は。
It sounds like she's the one raising her voice because she's getting all flustered over here. I have enough common sense as a man to know that I can't reveal our presence in a situation like
だから
this.
別にそういう意味ではなく、単に声の大きさの話をしているだけであって、君の内心がどうだとかそういう。
しがたに先輩。
Huh? A soft voice calls out to Muko, coming from a disciplinary committee member running up to us. Muko freezes up mid-sentence as she quickly pulls herself together.
なんでしょう。
はい。委員長が時間も時間なので、そろそろ朝晩と交代して休まれてはと。
I see it's already that late, huh?
わかりました。そうしましょうと聖護院先輩にお伝えください。
はい、了解しました。それでは。
Thankfully, it seems she didn't notice anything. She gives a bow and leaves. What was there to notice, exactly?
明日からは少し考えなければいけませんね。
Oh, you want to include Amaro and make us a group of
そ
three?
こから離れてください。全員で見張り続けるのは効率が悪いのではないかということです。
Our stamina won't hold at this
もう
rate.
少し交代で休憩を入れながらにするべきかもしれません。
Yeah. I feel like she really tried to change the topic there, but if I point that out, she'll probably explode, so pretend not to notice. You love birds. So cute. In the end, after some discussion, it was decided that the members of the Bureau would have a rotation in order to give ourselves breaks starting tomorrow. Lookout Day 2. The next day, my shift is at night, so now I'm in the Bureau office with a lot of free time. It'll be hard to wake up if I fall asleep, but I should probably get some shut-eye. What should I do? I cross my arms at the top of the desk, rest my chin on them, and space out. Is that Sumi-chan? I hear the sound of a door unlocking coming from a random direction. Thinking it has the key of Vienna to look in that direction, sure enough, there's a floating door there. Yo! Yo, Sumi-chan, I knew it was you.
こんにちは。あれ？みーくん一人？しーちゃんは？
We came here to look for Shizuka-chan. He's got the early shift for keeping watch
なん
today.
だ、しーちゃんもなの？姫ちゃんもだよね。
Yeah, they're together. Oh, I guess it leaves you with nothing to
そう
do.
だよ。
Well, once it's time for you and Tsubaki-chan to do your job, she'll be back. So why not stay here
いい
until
の？
then?
みーくん休憩中でしょ？
Which is why I'm bored, too.
じゃあ、お茶しよう。
She grins happily and starts making the tea without any reservations. I like how both of them just make tea. That's their jobs. It's great.
ダージリンでいい？
Yeah, sure. You're supposed to be our guest, so sorry for making you do
い
this.
いのいいの。私紅茶好きだから入れるのも好きなんだ。
She starts humming as she prepares the cups. I don't feel like we get a lot of time just talking to Sumi-chan. We kind of had that thing towards the start of the game, but that's like been probably the only time we've really gotten to spend alone time with her. So, kind of interesting. Already memorized which cup is whose. Sumi-chan, you've got a good memory.
そうかな。
Yet it's such a waste since you don't attend classes.
テストもないのは楽だよ。
Ah, I
それ
knew
に
you.
今のこの仕事結構好きなんだ。
Yeah,
姫ちゃんも一緒にやってくれるようになったからっていうのもあるけどね。
I'd imagine having Tsubaki there is like a big, I mean, kind of a relief for her because it's less stress on her, and then she has somebody to kind of talk to and interact with more on a regular basis rather than just Shizuka. I see. So she really doesn't seem troubled at all by having to be a scapegoat. Say, have you been able to use that power since you were little?
学園に来るまではよくわかんないから意識して使わないようにしてたかな。
You're able to control it
そう
then.
いうことになるのかな。どう使っていいかわかんないからほっといただけって感じなんだけどね。
She gives an embarrassed smile, but to me that smile was brilliant. Michiru was never able to ignore it, and it kept growing out of control. What's the difference between them? If I can figure out the trick to properly controlling it.
紅茶入ったよ。
Okay, so Koga has a little bit of a hidden motivation here. While I was stuck in my thoughts, Sumi-chan brings over the freshly brewed tea. He then sits directly across from
み
me.
ーくんって魔術に興味あるの？
Huh?
徳さにも学園長に強引に放り込まれたとかって聞いたから、あんまり興味はないのかと思ってたよ。
It's not that I'm not interested, it's more like I don't understand it.
まあね。私もマギエだとか言われても、ちゃんと理解できてるかって言われたら、まだまだ怪しいしね。
I don't know, I get the impression that like magic has been around for a long time in this world, but at the same time it seems like they know so little about it. But yet, does that mean you're studying it?
やっぱり自分の力のことだし、ちゃんと理解しときたいとは思ってるよ。だから、ちょっとずつ本読んだり、姫ちゃんと話し合ったりはしてる。
I don't know, it's a very interesting magical world. I feel like we've both gotten a good glimpse into it, and at the same time don't hardly know anything about it. So we know about like kind of the magic stones, we know about mists, right, that Maggies have created, but I just feel like we're getting to see like the, how do I explain this? We're getting to see like the after effects of what I would imagine is like the age of magic, right? Like, you could argue that I guess they're still technically in it, but it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like cars. Like, we've had them for so long. It's like, yeah, we're still making advancements, and, you know, you got like electric cars now too, which is pretty cool. But like the original, you know, gasoline powered cars have just been around for so long. They don't feel as special anymore. So I feel like that's kind of like what magic is in this game. I feel like it's not like as special because we just have had it. I just don't feel like they know much about it. I feel like with gasoline cars, we know a lot about them now. I just don't feel like they know like a whole lot about magic. They have to like read old books to find out. It's not like it's really like common knowledge. I don't even know if they learn about magic in class, because just the way their magic works is so different. It's not like it's like a common thing that they use every day. It just kind of seems to be built into things around them, and most people can't like really access it, I guess. I don't know, hopefully that incoherent rant made sense. I see you two are so admirable.
やだな。改めてそんな風に言われたら照れくさいよ。
I guess what I was trying to say is they don't like cast spells or anything. They only use magic through like items. Her face becomes tinged and red as she shakes her hands in front of her
ただで
face.
さえしーちゃん以外の男の子とじっくり話したことないからドキドキするのに。
Oh, we're about to go down the Casimir route? That's so. She just casually said something amazing, but she's been trying to act normal and drink tea with a smile on her face. You don't look too nervous to me at all.
もっともじもじした方がいい？
No, please don't. That wouldn't be good for me. Kasumi is kind of like the homeschool kid who just kind of has always done her own thing and is confident enough. She doesn't really like need to interact with people, but she's okay at it, you know? Like, it doesn't really bother her.
それもちょっと見てみたいな。
Just kind of interesting. I feel like most of the people I know that were homeschooled usually were homeschooled because they had like social problems. I was homeschooled for a little bit, so I mean I kind of know about that as well. And I grew up with like social anxiety and things like that, so I always kind of associated anybody that was homeschooled with having some kind of societal anxiety, you know, about talking to people.
だってしーちゃんはもう見慣れてるから新鮮さがないんだよ。
You're twins, so of course you're used to. Wait, he's still troubled by you?
甘えると困った顔するよ。
Well, I guess I can understand. If you get spoiled by someone like Sumi-chan, there aren't many men out there who could just brush it off. But considering it's her brother we're talking about, I expect him to be one of those few people.
ああ、もうそろそろ夜だね。私行かないと。
I don't know, I would like to get to know more of like Kasumi's kind of backstory. She's just in a really weird spot. Like I said, I feel like she's almost kind of homeschooled, even though she's like a student here. She's in this like really weird spot. I just don't know what to make of it. I feel like her only interaction with the world is living vicariously through Shizuka, which I don't feel like is very exciting. Shizuka doesn't necessarily do a whole lot. I mean, he does and he doesn't, okay? Let's be honest, guys. I mean, he deals with the mist. We deal with the mist too, but we have a lot more going on. He's clearly in love with Tsubaki, and Tsubaki doesn't return his feelings. Tsubaki apparently wants to go for his sister, so... Yeah, can we talk about that for a second? What happened to that? There was a few moments where they really got close, and we were like, are these two getting together? And then we haven't gotten anything on that ever since. Like, they just seem to be friends. But they have a few moments where they're kind of like having a little bit of a Yuri moment, and they have that, and then they don't elaborate on it further. It's weird. Oh, so it is. Thanks for the tea.
どういたしまして。
Will do. See you later. Sumi-chan leaves the key of Yanis the same way she arrived. She sure is a strong girl. Is that supposed to be a reference to the fact that she was just using that ring? Even though she was born with some strange powers she knows nothing about, she's facing it head on. What if Murakumo ever feels pressured by that energy? I do wonder, like, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself, I wonder if, like, the third game is really just going to cover, like, another year of them going to school, or if we're ever going to get, like, a time jump. I would love to see, like, the characters in an older setting, I guess, like, outside of school. And maybe that's just because I'm biased. I don't really like high school settings as much. And you, if you guys have watched me long enough, you probably know that. I really don't care for high school settings. I like the older ones. So... But, you know, the two games I'm playing right now are both high school settings. Both kind of a little bit younger. Like, why is there so many high school setting games? Why can't it be in college? I really liked Cafe Stella for that reason. It's recess, and I stand up at my desk, letting out a big yawn. I haven't got much sleep these past 2 days, so it's only natural.
眠そうだね、子が。
Oh yeah, a
寝
bit.
不足なの？徳佐さん、何か忙しいの？
No, not in particular. You obviously can't tell the regular students that there's a pair of troublemakers who want to climb the clock tower. Especially Kurodani, knowing her, she definitely want to join in the stakeout. Then why don't you just say that you had a lot of work? I mean, it technically is work, so you're not lying.
だったらさ、前に一度みんなで遊ぼうとか言ってたあれ。今なら大丈夫なの？
Oh yeah, sure, I'm free after classes today. I have a night shift today. In other words, I've got nothing to do once classes
そっ
are
か、
over.
チャンスなんだね。徳佐のみんないつも何か忙しそうだったもんね。
Is this episode just gonna be us checking in with all the side characters? Like, we got Sumi, we just had a moment with her, which was fine. I liked talking with her a bit, because she is a character I'd like to know a little bit more about. And then we're getting Kurodani and Sora. Like, what is going on here?
寮に戻るまでの時間じゃ大したことできないけど。お茶
Tea party. Oh gosh, we're just gonna have tea all day.
寮じゃなくてお庭で。あ、いいじゃない。寮ならいつでもできるもんね。
So because these two go straight back to the dorms after school and they can't leave, they haven't been able to have tea outside before, huh?
お菓子とか持ってきて、放課後中庭でお茶会にしよう。
Quad, okay.
決まり。
We finalize our plans and the bell signaling the resumption of classes chimes soon after. After school, I head to the quad, as promised. Yoshida and Kurodani said that they were going to buy snacks and flew out of the classroom. Maybe they're already there. Huh?
古賀くん。
As I'm walking leisurely, I see Yoshida standing there alone, looking bored. Where's Kurodani?
それが、まやちゃん先生に捕まっちゃって。
Wow,
お
didn't
菓子
expect
は
that.
預かってきたけど、どうしよう。
It wouldn't feel right to eat them without her. Maybe we can save them for
そう
another
だ
day.
よね。じゃあ残念だけど、お茶会は延期だね。
Anytime works for me.
徳佐さんっていつ忙しくなるかわかんないんでしょ？
That's true. I'm only free as long as there aren't any rampaging myths, but with that rich girl and her butler
大
here.
変だよね。風紀委員さんもいるけど、 徳佐さんって3人だけだし。あ、今は4人だっけ？
Yep, we hired an errand boy.
古賀くん、先輩のことからかいすぎだよ。
Don't tell me what to do. You're laughing too, aren't you?
だって古賀くんと村雲先輩も結構いいコンビだなって。
You read a lot of yaoi, don't you? She's totally shipping these two, for sure.
割と息合ってるように見えるよ。
Again, how?
多分ね、喧嘩するほど仲がいいっていうやつ？
That sounds like the perfect yaoi story. You know, where they're like, they never get along, and they always are seemingly fighting with each other, and then they like end up falling for one another. I know that's what she's thinking right now. You know it too. That's how we're seen by others, huh? Just now I seriously considered putting an end to my teasing.
っていうか、古賀くんって基本的にそうだよね。マルくんのこともよくからかってるし。でも、不思議と怖くないよね。
Oh, are you trying to pick up on me? Huh?
私、同年代の男の子って実はちょっと苦手なんだけど、古賀くんってなんか喋りやすいんだよ。
Why are older girls picking up on us today? Is that so? Maybe that's because I'm not actually your age. I struggle to keep my composure. I feel a chill inside
なん
me.
でだろう。やっぱりいざとなったら頼もしそうだからかな。
Maybe I'm wrong about her. Maybe she's not trying to ship boys together. Maybe she's the kind of girl that wants to go after the older guy. I've been watching the live action of Kimi no Todoke. I think it's From Me to You. I think that's what the translation is. And there's a character in there that like falls for. So it feels like they're trying to set her up with like her best friend character who's a guy, but like she actually likes his brother who's like much older. So I feel like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from her. Like she's somebody who would like fall for like the older guy that's like clearly out of her reach and not interested in her at all. Sees her as like a little sister type character. My strength is all I have going
無
for
駄じゃ
me.
ないよ。マルくんに聞いたけど、最初に会った時も窓から落っこちたのを助けてくれたんでしょ？
That is correct. That was a very interesting kind of first interaction with Maru. I had no idea what I was getting into. And I never do when I first start a visual novel. I feel so weird going back and watching a clip of what I thought of a game when I first started playing it. I didn't know the characters very well yet, and I always like kind of make fun of them and I'm kind of mean. And as I get to know them, I like kind of warm up to them a bit. More of an unfortunate accident. So much happened as a result of that. I don't really want to recall that incident.
なんか壊しちゃったんだっけ？ごめんごめん。
Yeah, it's totally not right behind you. I love that we see that so often. We like whenever we're out in the courtyard, we just see this freaking broken statue in the back. My face betrays my thoughts, and Yoshida places her hands together and shrinks back. No, it's not a big deal, if anything. If anything, I should be the one apologizing. If I didn't break the statue, and this wouldn't be appearing as easily, and Yoshida would have gotten involved that time.
むしろ？
Never mind, Yoshida, have you been sleeping well lately?
私？寝てるよ。
I haven't seen any weird dreams.
大丈夫だよ。やっぱり
Though
何
what?
かあったんだよね。私よく覚えてないんだけど。
I like how the music just suddenly changes. It's okay, it's not important. Dude, I forgot that Yoshida barely remembered anything after waking up from the dream world.
分かってるよ。だってマルくんもなんだか心配そうな顔してたし。
I see, he tends to show his emotions a lot.
古賀くんもだよ。
What?
顔には出てなかったけど、マーヤちゃんから聞いたよ。私のこと心配してくれてたって。
I do remember talking to Kurodani about something like this. Yeah, we mentioned to Kurodani that we thought Yoshida was homesick, I believe, right? Because we kind of knew from the dream kind of what was going on.
何があったか覚えてないけど、みんなが心配してくれたってことは知ってるよ。
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting us to ever circle back around to this. I thought that was kind of a one-off thing.
ありがとう。
It's fine as long as you're happy.
大丈夫、元気だよ。
I mean, I'm glad we're kind of like getting these interactions with the side characters. I feel like we're so involved with the main characters, right? But there's all these other like nice side characters that we have these opportunities to kind of get to know and, I mean, kind of build a connection with. I wouldn't say I'm like super connected to Sora. I like Kurodani just because I find her funny, but I don't really know much about like her story and her who she is as a person, right? She won't ask about it, huh? She being considerate since we're not saying anything.
下校時刻になりました。生徒の皆さんは
Yoshida.
大丈夫だよ。
Huh?
これと同じなんでしょ。放課後は寮に帰らなきゃいけないのと。校則はちゃんと守るよ。だから聞かない。
Alright.
お仕事が。
I feel kind of bad just like kind of leaving her in the dark like that. She waves her hand and jogs towards the dorms. What an earnest girl. I'm sure that she realizes that asking about it would only cause us trouble. Not just us helping the regular students, they're supporting us too. Look out day 4. While I did go back to my room to sleep, I'm still sleep deprived. I'm able to get a bit of rest here and there due to our shifts, but...
古賀くん、こんにちは。
Hey, Aoi. Seems that she saw me yawning since she cheerfully smiles as she greets
今日
me.
はお一人なんですね。
We're alone a lot lately. It's kind of surprising. Maro said that he was going to stay in his classroom in the afternoon in order to conserve his energy. You know, I'm grateful to get a break from kind of the main cast. Kind of see what else is going on in the school. Everyone else is doing something similar.
また何かあったんですか？
No, there's not much going on. What about you? Anything strange happen?
大丈夫です。
It's a calm answer, so as not to worry me.
本当ですよ。
Because of my silence, she tilts her head worriedly and follows up with that. Oh, sorry, I know. I didn't mean to make you worry about
そんな
that.
古賀くんが謝ることじゃないです。私が迷惑かけちゃったんですから。
Stop. We don't think of you as an annoyance at all. All the things that the school is collecting are like that, and they'll appear regardless of what we think. There's no need for you to feel guilty about it.
ありがと
She gives a gentle smile reminiscent of blooming flowers. If she's able to smile like this, I think it's safe to say that she's fully recovered.
う。でも私、少しだけ良かったなって思ってるんです。
Huh?
自分に足りないものが
Something you're
勇
lacking.
気です。私はピーちゃんがいなくなった悲しみを背負っていくこととか、一人で生きていくことから逃げてたんです。それは私に勇気がなかったからです。だからそれが分かったことはあの出来事のおかげだし、こんなこと言っちゃダメなのかな。みんなに心配かけちゃったのに。
No, I'm sure that's fine. Everyone's glad that you've got your energy back.
そう言ってもらえると嬉しいです。本当にみんな優しいから。
She, Heidi's glad too. What's gotten into her?
ごめんなさい、話し込んじゃって。
No worries, I'm free right now anyway.
ありがとう。それじゃあ皆さんによろ
Will do. See you later. She gives a polite bow and heads off. Looks like she'll be just fine now. Her dignified back looks like fully capable of supporting her sadness and all of the other things. Yeah, we're really just like kind of tying up things with all like the side characters I feel like we didn't get to do. Wonder if we'll see the night students.
ミッチー、起きてる？
Yeah,
思いっきり声寝起きじゃん。
it's all good. I'm up. I was lying down on the floor of the bureau, and it seems I fell asleep at some point. You're just sleeping on the floor. How there isn't there like a couch right here? But as a result, I feel almost completely refreshed. Already time, huh?
大丈夫？
I'm not that weak of a guy. Let's
牛尾
go.
さん待ってるから静かに来てくれ。
She's not planning on taking a
なん
break.
か今日は特別警戒しないとダメだって言ってたよ。
Just as a reason if she
う
said
んうん
that.
そうだね。
When is that, frick, what was it called? That day when all the magic is gonna, like, get much stronger? Are we, like, getting close to that? Why do you look so
いや
happy?
信頼関係って大事だよね。
Oh, shut up. Let's
照
get
れなく
moving.
てもいいのに。
Looking at the cheerful Amara from the corner, may I exit the bureau office at a brisk pace? The realm of night. Classes are now in session, so the areas outside are silent. The moon, so thin that it's barely visible, peeks out from behind the drifting
やはり
clouds.
こちらでしたか。
The words that Muko cast in the silence caused the two silhouettes to stop in their tracks.
里いな。
Ooh. Turning around, Louis steps in front of Heidi. They don't look the least bit
今日は
panicked.
新月なので暗闇に紛れて実行するなら今日に違いないと思ってました。
この場所まで
Heidi asks Muko in a somewhat more annoyed voice compared to her
校舎の
butler.
一番下から永遠と壁を登るのは無茶でしょう。校舎内のどこかから行こうとするのではと考えました。ならばひとまず時計塔のよく見えるこの辺りに来るのではないかと。
そこまでして隠そうとするなんて
As if to interrupt Muko, Heidi yells sharply and removes a perfume bottle from her pocket. Oh shit, she's just going for
何
it.
かあるのねやっぱり
We can't do that. We steal ourselves as well, keeping an eye on the
怪
perfume.
しいですと言っているようなものですね。
なんとでも言え。てめえらの好きにさせるわけにはいかねえんだよ。
動きを見抜かれたのですからこの場はそちらの負けですよ。
それはどうでしょう。
止められるものなら止めてみなさいな
Okay, they're confident. They have no intention of retreating. We edge closer to each other, closing the gap between us. No, Momo, don't. You're not gonna help. Momo Senpai yells out to both of our parties. She comes running this way of Tsubaki-chan. Okay, Tsubaki-chan can help.
いくらお客様でも見過ごせません
それに危険すぎる。こんなところを登ろうだなんて。
そうです危険すぎますやめてください
来ないでと言ってるでしょ。
モモは止めに来たのですやめてお願い
この
Heidi turns her perfume bottle on Momo Senpai, who's poised to take a leap at them.
危ない。
Tsubaki-chan, a short distance behind Momo Senpai, pulls her back, and she manages to evade the attack. Serious. We're all shocked that she didn't hesitate at all with her attack. Especially Amaru, who's holding his breath and is frozen stiff. Why are you being so aggressive?
さあどいていただけます
I don't know, just the way he said that sounds so casual. Like, why are you being so aggressive? Like, I'm not feeling the vibe. Now then, will you get out of our way? Turning a deaf ear, she ignores my question and points the perfume bottle our
少
way.
々多勢に無勢では。
I mean, to be fair, they were last time and they did pretty well.
そうですこの渡り廊下の周辺にも風紀委員たちが集結しているのです甘く見てもらっては困ります
そちらこそ自分たちが無謀な真似をしていることに気づくべきでは。
They're not backing down. This time they're determined to get through. We have to prepare for a fight too. Clench my fist and concentrate on figuring out how to dodge the perfume.
いやーいやーそんな危険なところを通ることはないよお客人
Dang, you know it's serious when the principal gets involved because I feel like she doesn't get involved with anything. She's just so passive. I thought that my knees were gonna give. Oh, that's so like her just to come in and start laughing.
学園長
The tension in my body gets shattered to smithereens as the principal walks out with her usual mood and laughter. Murokuma, Muko, and I, and even Momo-senpai and Tsubaki-chan are staring at the principal with utter disbelief.
壁を登るだなんてデンジャラスな真似をしなくても
Oh shit, is she just gonna show them?
どういう意味でしょうか。
The butler standing beside the dumbfounded Heidi and how, having somehow preserved his reason as
時計
the
塔が
principal.
見たいのだろう
Heidi nods, overwhelmed. Louis seems to have deduced what the principal is up to and furrows his brow.
そんなに見たいなら正式に案内しようじゃない
Oh boy. So they're actually just gonna get to see.
学園長あんた何言ってんだ。
仕方がないよ。お客人に壁を登らせるわけにはいかないからね。じー。
Thank you, Nino Mai.
その通りだ。彼らはクラール・ラズリットと親交のあった由緒あるお家柄の大事なお客様だからね。
時計と内部を見せていただけると。
それで納得してもらえるかな。それはまあ
本当ですか。
もちろんだとも。この私が直々に案内しようじゃないか。
The butler and his mistress look at each other with doubtful expressions on their faces. Not surprising, earlier we were trying with all of our might to prevent them from seeing it. The principal lost her mind. I think she lost her mind a long time ago, especially after seeing her route. I think she's definitely lost her mind. Even if we are exchanging uneasy glances with each other, trying to figure out what's going on. Murakumo is a given, and Tsubaki-chan is also anxiously staring at the principal's back.
大丈夫なのかな。
He asked me in a subdued voice. I tilted my head. Who knows? I'm hoping that she has some sort of plan up her sleeve. Muko nods without saying a word. There's no way the principal's bringing them in without any countermeasures in place, right?
本当は立ち入り禁止なのだが、特別に許可を出そうじゃないか。
If the principal was going to do this the whole time, why didn't she just do it earlier instead of, you know, having us go through all this?
感謝いたします。
He's still suspicious. At the very least, he courteously offers his thanks. Heidi does the same, half convinced.
では行こう。さあ、ついてきたまえ。
With a boisterous ha ha ha, the principal walks off with all of us in tow. This is so dumb. We just enter the breezeway to the quad, and the principal leads us up to a wall on one side of the school.
実はそこに隠し扉があるのだよ。
こんなところに。
くまなく探したつもりだったのに、そんなの見当たらなかったわ。
Is there actually a hidden entrance?
そう簡単に見つかるような作りにはなっていないさ。
Saying that, she strikes a portion of the wall. A doorknob comes
こ
flying
の仕
out.
掛けも知らない人間がただ殴っても出てこない作りでね。
While she's talking to them, she takes out a key from her pocket and inserts into the hole underneath the doorknob. Ah, the key of Vienna's. I can't imagine her taking us directly to the clock tower with that. She's planning on taking us somewhere else to deceive them, huh? That's over at Muko, and she gives me a sign saying that she realized the same
さ
thing.
あ、案内しよう。中は少し暗いので。
Okay, so she's baiting them. Interesting. The principal steps to the door of Heidi and Louis following right behind. Once we're through, we see neither Sumi-chan's room nor the strange world of the magic circle, but instead we appear to be a regular tower with a spiral staircase along the walls. Ah, the top is a door, which probably leads to the belfry.
なんだここ。
I hear Murakumo's unintentional murmurs. He was probably worried that what would happen if we ended up in Sumi-chan's room, and is now left disappointed.
中は普通なのですね。
もちろん時計塔だからね。それ以外の奇妙な設備など何もないよ。
This regularity strikes us as abnormal, but saying that out loud would be a bad idea. We pretend to be interested in the inside of the clock tower and quietly
上
walk
まで
around.
登らせていただいても。
ああ、構わないよ。では行こう。
Where you proceed up the spiral staircase in single file towards the dark sky.
どうだい、諸君。見事な眺めだろう。
It's kind of pretty. It's kind of cool seeing the school from this view. We haven't really done that before. After seems what like an eternity of climbing and listening to Amaru's exhausted pants, we finally reach the belfry. The principal gives a boastful laugh as she spreads her arms to present us with a bird's eye view of the campus. No matter how you look at it, it's the school. Inside the clock tower is supposed to be fake, but the view from what we see from the belfry is real. What kind of trick is this?
これだけですか？他に部屋は？
時計塔なんだからこれだけだと思う。
機械類にも異常な部分はないようですね。
古くからある大時計の仕掛けだよ。見ての通りね。G？ ああ、その通りだね、二の前くん。夜を告げる大事な鐘なんだ。異常などあってはならないのだよ。
There's no way this convinces them, though, because why the secret entrance?
そうって納得してもらえたかな。
ではなぜあれほどひた隠しに隠していたのです？
勝手に入ったら危ないから、高速で立ち入り禁止にしているからさ。高速、それだけ？
それにしては彼らは随分と必死のようでしたが。
彼ら風紀委員は高速厳守を徹底するための組織だからね。そして徳さんもその風紀と協力体制にある。
Yeah, I think that's probably not too hard to believe. I don't think this is going to convince them. At the same time, I also believe the disciplinary committee really just cares that much about the rules.
学園の規律を守るためには時として強い態度に出る必要もあるのさ。そうです。その通りなのです。
Momo Senpai is suddenly singled out, and she gives a respectful bow.
日々の指導が行き届いた良い組織だよ。
To be honest, this is all such a blatant lie that it's hard for me to keep a straight face. Maro, the one most likely to betray his emotions, is still playing the role of someone absorbed by the bell and has his face turned away.
さあ、ワコードたちよ。もう夜も遅いから帰りたまえ。はい。お客様、参りましょう。
I think they at least just respect the principal enough not to, like, question it in front of her. Did we have the wrong... Oh.
どう見ても。
Seems they've accepted that there's nothing strange about this clock tower. They seem reluctant, but they walk over the stairs, having no choice but to give up.
誤解が解けたのならよかったです。あなたたちを信用したわけではありません。
She descends the spiral staircase in a huff. The butler follows behind her as usual. Momo Senpai dolefully watches them.
やっぱり風紀委員なんてお堅いだけのイバリンボと思われてるんでしょうか。
I'm sure they thought that a long time ago.
いえ、いろいろ誤解があるみたいですから。
風紀委員だからってのは多分関係ないですよ。
そうかな。
ええ、だって聖護院先輩がいい人なのは分かってるでしょうし。
ありがとう。しっかりしてください先輩。大丈夫です。いずれ誤解も解けますよ。そうだね。うん。頑張らないと。
You'll probably just have to grow a few feet, too. She clenches her fist and suddenly her eyes go
しまった。
wide.
まだ残務が残ってる。行かなきゃ。あ、先輩。
転げ落ちないでくださいよ。
皆さん、学園長、お先に
I
なのです。
swear, if she trips again, she runs down the staircase in a panic as the two former disciplinary committee members see her off worriedly. Thankfully, we don't hear any screams of pain. Oh, thank goodness.
学園長。はあ、立派な時計塔だろう。
Luka looks like she wants to ask something, and the principal responds with a smile, feigning ignorance.
そうですね。実に立派なものです。
I'm pretty sure the principal is a master of feigning ignorance. Even in her own
で
route,
は
she
戻り
did
たま
it.
え。私はこれで失礼するよ。ああ、入り口は閉めておけば勝手に消えるから。
With those words, the principal walks down the staircase and loses sight of her. I still can't believe that's how they ended her route. They gaslit us so hard. Whispered to Muko in a low voice. She's telling you not to ask, huh?
まだ近くにいますからね。
Referring to the butler and his mistress, I assume. If we carelessly start talking about it and they overhear this, then this would have been for all
行きま
naught.
しょう。
At her prompt, the rest of us head back to the ground level. When we close the hidden entrance that we just went through, the doorknob and key all vanished into the wall, just as the principal said. I thought that Heidi and Louis had already gone back to the room, but for some reason they were waiting for us to come down. Perhaps they're interested in what happens to the door, and they don't seem the least bit surprised when the doorknob disappears. We then head back to the dorms as a group without exchanging a word. Hey, are you satisfied now? I really hate this awkward atmosphere. I stopped walking just before the dormitory entrance and posed a question to Heidi. She turns around and answers in a stern voice.
時計塔が普通だったからといってあなたたちのやり方は認められないわ。
Methods. Butler is silent, but his usual air of indifference is missing, and his eyes are filled with scorn. What are you talking about?
そうやってとぼけていればいいわ。
Heidi's words are mixed with sighs, her face showing her disgust and her eyes tinged with the same hatred as her butler's. This goes way beyond doubting us. Wait, I really don't.
袖の下でももらって学園に協力しているのですか？
はあ？何をだよ。
所詮は学園の犬ということですか？
そんな風に言うのはやめてくれないか。
I really hope, though, that their prodding at the school's secrets eventually reveals, like, something bigger going on that even we didn't know about. I do wonder if the school's intentions are good. Like, obviously, they've kind of covered up whatever happened to Matsuki, because I think something bigger happened, and I think they know more than they're letting on, and we need to know that too. So I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Muko kind of turns against the school. And I'm not saying necessarily that the school is evil or anything, or that their intentions are terrible. I do think they're covering it up. Maybe this because they don't understand what happened. Maybe they're trying to figure that out themselves. But I wouldn't be surprised if Muko, like, kind of temporarily turns against them for a while, kind of goes on her own, breaking school rules, and then we eventually, like, help her, I don't know, to figure out kind of what happened. I'm not saying the school is necessarily 100% at fault, but maybe they know more than they're letting on. Tsubaki-chan, who had been quiet up until now, but she says that with a hint of anger.
私は彼らに助けられたし、他にも何人もの人間を助けている。何を誤解しているのか知らないが、彼らは間違ったことなどしていない。
Tsubaki-chan. Louis stares fixedly at her without saying anything and then looks over at
彼
Heidi.
女に一言忠告しても。
どうぞ。
Her face is saying that even if he tried to stop her, she wouldn't listen. Heidi walks up to Tsubaki-chan and whispers something in her ear. Tsubaki-chan listens with a puzzled expression.
では失礼。これ以上あなたたちと話すことは何もありませんので。
Wait, what just happened? Without making eye contact with us, the pair leave for the dorms.
なんだってんだよ。
すっかり敵扱いですね。
Okay, so I'm assuming Adelheid knows something about what she's doing, because she went over to Tsubaki-chan, and Tsubaki is the only one that would really, like, be involved with the clock tower more than, you know, would probably look at first glance. So she's got to notice something. I do wonder... So they have that magic dust, and we kind of saw that earlier, that can kind of, like, dispel magic or see that if magic's being used there. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, magic was being used to kind of cover up what was actually in the clock tower. So I'm wondering if they kind of did something secretly that we didn't see. They gotta know more if they're so suspicious of the clock tower, right?
ミブさん、差し支えなければ何を言われたのか聞かせてもらってもいいですか？ああ。
Yeah, she looks so, like, dumbfounded. Like she's really lost. Tsubaki-chan nods, albeit confused.
私にも意味はよくわからないんだが。
あなたは何も知らないの。本当に何も知らないのだったら、徳佐の人間とはもう関わらない方がいい。
If you are actually oblivious to it all, then cut your ties with the Bureau.
あなただっていつこの学園の魔術の生贄にされてもおかしくないのだから。
Oh. Are we, implying that's what happened to Matsuki? Interesting. Okay. I think that's where they're hinting at. And maybe that's what she's looking into. The same thing as Muko. So Muko could very easily be on the same side as them, because they're trying to look into that. Maybe, Matsuki was somehow involved with them.
生贄。
Hearing that, Muko tilts her head quizzically.
妙ですね。私たちは思い違いをしていたのかも。
I don't know. I would love if Ushio like fought back against the school. I don't know why. I just want that to be a plot point because I think she has valid reasons for doing so. I think she already doesn't trust the principal to a certain degree. We've kind of seen that time after time. I think there's a bigger like plot kind of hanging over us right now, and I really want to dive into that here soon. I know we're getting kind of closer to the end of the game. We've completed 2 routes so far, so hopefully we'll start looking into that more.
何のことだ？
さっきのセリフおかしいと思いませんか？
What she said. Part about not agreeing with our methods, the part about us being the school dogs, the part about being sacrificed. I think it's the third one. Let me just double check because we're starting to get closer kind of to the end here. So I just want to make sure I'm doing the right one. Okay, yes, it is that one. Perfect.
そうです。
Okay, just want to make sure I was doing the right one because I don't want to have to backtrack and undo my decisions.
私たちは彼女らの反応を見て、てっきりミブさんと村雲さんが魔法陣の動力源である件に気づいたのかと思っていました。
そうじゃなかったというのか？
生贄という言い方がどうも引っかかるのです。彼女らの言う犠牲と私たちの思っている犠牲は違うものなのではないでしょうか。
そうか？人間が学園の魔術の動力源になってるのは事実だから、生贄って言い方もあながち間違ってはないぞ。
But I think necessarily what you're sacrificing is maybe different than what they're thinking. I think they're thinking about actually sacrificing a human being rather than just sacrificing mana from a human being.
それにスケープゴートってのは生贄の出自って意味だと前に言ってたよな。
Luko shakes her head in response to Murakumo's refutation.
スケープゴートとは学園長など学園の深部に関わる人間と当人である村雲さん、ミブさん、そして私たちしか知らない言葉のはず。彼らがもしスケープゴートという名称までをも把握しているなら、マギエが魔法陣でしていることも。
ああ、それもそうか。
So they're talking about something completely separate.
そうなると、ミブさんがスケープゴート本人であることを知らないというのはやはり不自然です。結論として彼らはスケープゴートのことは
Yeah, but the way they're treating us is so extreme.
ね、そんな状態で私たちにあそこまでの態度を取れるとは思えません。
彼女たちは何か違う手がかりを持っているかもしれないということか。
そういうことです。
違う手がかりって？
一般的に生贄とはある物事のために生命やそれに準じるものを捧げることを言います。
So do they kind of think something's going on, but they don't quite understand it fully, so they're misinterpreting it? Is that what you're saying?
スケープゴートは確かに魔力を捧げてはいますが、命まで犠牲にしているわけではありません。
It almost sounds like they like heard what's going on, but like out of context.
これは推論ですが、この学園にはミブさんたちとは違う別の生贄が存在するのではないでしょうか。
Oh, okay. So there's something else completely entirely going on. So my thing about Mutsuki could be correct though. Another sacrifice. Something immediately comes to mind. Could Muko possibly be thinking that's what happened to her missing friend Mutsuki? Yes, finally, let's get into this, please. I'm dying. Just like her. Probably. If her hypothesis is true, then her friend would have already been sacrificed.
魔法陣を動かす動力源が人間だということに感づいて、それに激怒しているという可能性も全くなくなったわけではありません。気になるので、私は彼女らが一体何に気づいたのか、明日から調べてみたいと思います。
Are you sure about that? Can't help but chime in. Investigating it would mean could result in discovering something you don't want to know
結果
about.
がどうあれ、何も知らずにいるよりは、私は真実を知りたいのです。
Yuko nods full of resolve. Amaro and the others listen to our conversation with bated breath, finally aware of the existence of Hanate. Rick, how do I pronounce that? Hanatate? 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 The Hanatate? Matsuki?
ムツキの
Sorry, I'm
こと
not
な
good
ら
at Japanese. I
なおさらで
apologize.
す。
You know, you think I'd be better like playing visual novels? No. Especially if you're considering Matsuki. And the receiving end of our gaze, so she clearly states her friend's name. Alright then. If she's made up her mind, I have no right to criticize her. I'll help you out. Hell yeah. This is what I wanted.
私も協力させてもらうぞ。友達だからな。
The game is getting... We're picking up steam right now. I like that.
俺も。
な、放置はできねえしな。
ありがとうございます。
Luca gives a faint but tender smile. Her expression then grows stiff
この
again.
ことは学園側や風紀委員会にはまだ一応伏せ
Yeah, there's still various things we don't trust about them. Not to mention that Muka has said before that she has misgivings about the principal. If the principal finds out, she might cover up everything, in which case we won't be able to learn anything.
今のところはだぞ。
Toki-chan seems to pick up on the circumstances and gives her a
しか
sense.
しこれは応援を要請しなければ危険だという事態になったら将軍院先輩にはきちんと頼ってくれ。
ええ、心得ています。
言わないと確実に拗ねて落ち込むからな。
そうですね。
I recall her earlier despondency and nod in agreement. She always told us not to show restraint.
それじゃあ我々も戻ろう。休まないと体が持たないぞ。
そうですね。
We quietly enter the door and ask to not wake the other students and head for our individual rooms. Gosh, all I could think of during that scene was row, row, fight the power. That's all I wanted to say the entire time. I was like, okay, let's fight back against this establishment. Because you know they're hiding shit. You know they're trying to cover it up. Let's go find out what it is. Muko sees me to her room and says it before leaving. Muko.
何です？
He stops walking and turns around. Don't brood too much over it. We don't know if Hanatate Mutsuki is actually involved yet at this point. She opens her mouth to say something in response, but I ignore her and continue talking. It was like this before, too. She furrows her brow, struggling to get her words out. She then hesitates and changes what she wants to say.
君だって前のように勝手に行動して。
Oh yeah, many times. Could you please not make me worry? I actually think what's interesting, and I'm sorry, I'm sidetracking for the moment. I actually think that we've kind of stopped doing that. I don't know if you guys remember the first game. It feels like we kind of just rushed into situations. We were constantly getting scolded by her. I actually feel like in this one, we've kind of not been scolded as much. I feel like we've just been... I mean, maybe not necessarily like following all the rules still, but I feel like she's kind of scolded us less for doing things. And actually kind of maybe even praised us at times.
心配してませんって言いましたよね。
Keep your voice down. Think about what time it is.
誰のせいですか？
Well, judging from that, I guess she'll be fine. I gave a witty remark, and it seems that she's back to her normal self. She pouts, having been put in an awkward situation, and turns her head
どうも
away.
ご心配おかけしまして。
I'm not worried. You were just throwing me
お
off.
互い様ですね。
I'll leave things at that.
こっちのセリフです。
We obstinately stare each other down for a short period of time. Gosh, the sexual tension is so high. Plan to keep this up until
冗
morning.
談じゃありません。
Well then, good
おや
night.
すみなさい。
We turn away from each other, and I place a hand on the door to my room. As the sound of Muko's footsteps fade in the distance, I steal a peek in her direction. She was looking over her shoulder at that moment, and our eyes meet. I rush to turn away. I hear the pace of her steps quickening. Aw, you guys are so cute. Damn it, why was she standing there? Letting that under my breath, I open the door and enter my room. Little lovebirds.
いやー、参ったね。なんとかごまかせたよ。時計塔についてはごまかせたと思うよ。
I feel like I can start to translate what Ninomai is saying now. Managed to pull over their eyes. I think Ninomai is asking something along the lines of, "Are you sure?" Yes, I believe that they were deceived. Oh, that was a new sound. Shh.
そうだね。でもまだ疑ってる。警戒は怠らないようにしないと。
And so I think this one meant be careful. Okay, something along those lines, right?
いっそ彼らの望む品を渡して帰ってもらうのはどうかな。いやでもあれは緊急時にどうしても使うものだし。
Wait, hold up. You could just access anything? What? No way. Is she serious?
G。 そうだね。やはりダメだ。今封印を解けばいざという時に使えなくなる。ピンチの時の武器はやっぱり手元に置いておかなければね。 G。 ああ、分かっていると思う、二の舞くん。油断はしないよ。
Oh my gosh, the freaking principal, man. Always pulling shit like this. Always has some random thing. She always knows more than she lets out.
てなわけでな、厄介な奴らだよ。
In this dreary place, a glowing figure floats in the air. Gosh, this episode, like, it started out okay. We got to kind of know the side characters and stuff, and then we've kind of gotten into some of these other interactions that have been really good. Complain to it about the principal's guess. It's been a while since we've seen Morphe, actually. I think it's been quite a few episodes. The glowing figure seems extremely interested as it's listening intently without interjecting.
そうなんだ。時計塔に。
After I finish recounting the details of what happened in the clock tower tonight, Morphe crosses its arms and tilts its head. Those actions are strangely similar to a
どうやっ
human's.
たのか謎だけどな。あの学園長の得体の知れねえやつ。
子供にしか見えないんだっけ。
見た目はな、中身は立ち悪いぞ。
Damn, even Shizuka says that.
しかもいろいろと怪しいことが増えてきてるし。なんなんだこの学園。
That's literally been, since we've gotten to the school, nothing but crazy things have happened.
なんなんだって。自分で選んで通ってるんじゃないの。
いや、そうだけど。
It says something mocking for once, and I feel discouraged, and to think that this jerk was originally bad at talking. Gotten pretty used to it.
そもそも、俺は別にどうしてもここに通いたかったわけじゃなくてだな。
そうなの。
When I chose Libra Lapis Lazuli Academy, it was asking me, all in order to treat my illness.
なあ、モルフィ。お前の力を実際に貸してもらうときに必要なことってなんだ？やっぱり夢のミストだから相手を眠らせなきゃいけないのか？
その時になってみないとわからないかな。でも多分魔力はたくさんいる。
ほう。
I don't even need to make them fall asleep. All I need is a lot of mana,
と
huh?
なると魔力を貯める方法を何か考えないとならねえってことか。
I wonder where Shizuka could get a lot of mana. As I'm thinking, Morphe timidly points to the back of my hand.
なんだ？この印か？
It's proof of the contract between us. At first glance, it's nothing more than a small bruise, but because of it, I've been forced to come here and talk to it in my dreams.
毎日会うたびにそこに少しずつ静かに魔力を貯めていってる。
俺の？本当かよ。
だからもう少しだけ時間をくれれば何も探さなくてもなんとかなると思う。
へえ、お前すごいな。
So he possibly doesn't even need one of the stones. When I praise it, for some reason, it starts fidgeting and slumps its
なんだよ。
shoulders.
怒ってない？勝手にそんなことしてて。
体調悪くなるほど魔力取られてるわけでもないんだろ。じゃあいいだろうね。
そうか。
それより有事の時に役に立たない方が困る。
わかった。
Interesting, it nods and slowly begins to fade away. I'm about to wake up.
本当に必要になったら言ってね。
Melts into the scenery as it leaves those woods. Oh, leaves those words. I don't know why I said woods. Too used to playing Happy Mare. My view blurs as my consciousness starts to drift away. The next day. And this is where we'll end the episode, because I think there's a lot of good stuff that happened. We'll leave it at that. So I feel like the game is starting to pick up a little bit. The story is starting to get there. Seems like we got some stuff going on. Maybe we're gonna find out something about Matsuki here soon. That'd be nice. Be really nice. I think Adelheid and Louis looking into things that they technically shouldn't be is actually gonna help us figure that out. I'm glad that Muko has some like more motivation. I feel like she kind of gets these bursts of motivation, and then we have all this other stuff that happens in between. Don't really have any leads, so it's not like she can really do much anyways, but we kind of are just waiting for things to progress here, and I feel like we're kind of getting to that point right now, which I'm really excited about. I think that'll be good. Shizuka obviously is moving along with his kind of plans too. Our relationship with Muko is growing stronger, so that's good. Lots of things going on. I'm really excited about where we might be headed. So hopefully we'll get some progress in the next few episodes, I'm sure. Anyways, you guys, though, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.